Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. That wasn't even rehearsed. Good night, everybody.
Welcome to this extra squelchy edition of Don't Get Me Started.
Oh, yeah.
Here on Friday night.
All the squelch, all the time.
Just for MJ Harmstone.
Squelch. I think squelch is also something you can... I used to have a CB. Do you know what I mean when I say a C, like a little radio thing you can talk to other people?
Yes, that's where I thought you were, but yeah, go for it.
I used to have a CB device that was my brother's, and then you could just sit around on it, kind of talking to other people in the area, just going...
Breaker, breaker.
Yeah. Did you guys do this? Breaker, breaker, 1 line for a copy. Any on the side, come alive, anyone for a copy? And then the people would be like, yeah, I'm for a copy, what's going on? I'm like, well, what's going on with you? So, well, it's very raining today. And everyone just talked on a CB. And
what's going on with you? Well, probably the same as you, being as we're only like 200 yards away from each other.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
The range on these things is not very big.
But
actually, I don't know if you've watched when we do some trucking on American Truck Simulator on the multiplayer.
Yeah.
But the multiplayer has like CB radio built in.
Oh, really?
So as you pass someone on the road, you can like hold down a button and CB radio them. Yeah. And it's such fun.
For a copy.
Yeah. And I've been tempted on many an occasion to like talk to them, and if they ignore me, to fucking chase them down and run them off the road. Because that's what I do in real life. Fuck ignorant pricks.
You could have a squelch on that thing. I think the squelch just kind of like made it less. I can't remember the squelch. Whenever I think of squelch, I think of that. Anyway, welcome in to Don't Get Me Started, episode 42.
Wow.
I know. Wow. Welcoming everybody. I've seen a lot of people in there. I can read your happy names and I can imagine your happy faces, because that's what my imagination does, Jeremy, much like yours, I would imagine.
And pretty much everyone's, I would expect. Yeah.
People in here, I can see Mr. Harmstone's in here, and Duff Valley's in here. I know that I just saw...
Duff Valley's been here a while.
He's been here since 8.
I got here like at about 8:05, opened up my laptop, put it on, and there waiting in the chat was a yo-yo from Duff. He doesn't care if we're live or not. He just drops in a comment at any time of the day just to see if anybody's about.
Indecisive Elf is here. You're very welcome. I can see Jaeger's here. Hannah's here. I mean, I know that Rooster's here.
Yes.
There's a squelch setting on the wireless guitar. Yes, I thought, yes, in my head there's also squelch on this. Somebody just went, hey, sounds a bit squelchy. Should we call it squelch? I don't know. Have you got a better idea? No, squelch it is. But we'll
shelve that name for now until we come up with something better later.
I love that shit so much. I don't know why I got a bit of a...
I have as well. Like as I mentioned to you, my face has been on fire today.
On fire, not in the kind of NBA Jam.
No, not in the good,
No,
like that shit's on fire type thing. No,
yeah,
like almost literally on fire. My sinuses are just pain personified. So slapped a lot.
We've got a lot out of squelch. My mum used to have a police scanner that squelched.
There's another joke in there somewhere.
Do you know something? Like, police scanners over here are illegal. We're not allowed to have a police scanner, but people love them. They're like, yeah, got me a police scanner, listen to it. I'm like, to what, man?
Now I know when the police go into my local chippy to have a break.
Anyone on the 1-9?
Fantastic.
We can't be the only ones that are over on a CB. This might... You see, obviously now that everyone's got phones, this is not a thing anymore. But when you were a child of the 90s, and you didn't have...
Thunderbirds walkie-talkies?
Yeah.
That's what I had.
Where you just kind of like had to talk... Just talk... By the way, questionable people probably out there as well. Because there's no fucking... I'm holding up the CB thing. There's who the fuck are you talking? I don't know.
It was one of the greatest days of my life when on my international rescue walkie-talkie, I managed to pick up someone. Like, I lived in the middle of fucking nowhere. So, to be able to pick up someone on my walkie-talkie and just every now and then go, hello! Hello! And it was like, and someone else was like, hello! I'm like, hello! Hi!
Who are you?
Hi! How are you? I'm okay. How are you? I'm okay too. Great. Okay, bye.
Hi, where are you from? Bryn Annam. Well, I don't know where you fucking.
That's correct. Yeah.
Hey! Oh, how'd that information get in there? Just fucking shot in the dark.
All the osmosis.
I know. Eventually, it's like Alex. Let me tell you. I'm like. 1-9. This is a 1-9 for a rig check. Chaos Neil knows. 1919. Anyone for a copy? What to explain? I don't know why. Whether it was a CT19 thing, but it was always 1-9 on the. It was a channel 19. You would go on channel 19. You go if you want to have someone talk to you. You'd say 1-9 for a copy. So you'd be like 1-9 for a copy on the 1-9. Anybody for a copy? And they go yeah, breaker.
Was
Yeah.
Was it on channel 19?
Yeah. So it's 1-9. Yeah. And then you say,
why does everyone use channel 19?
That was just the talking channel. You know, it was the talking channel. You know, and then people one time, and if you want to go and meet someone, you go and have an eyeball. So me and my friends all had names based on planes. So my friend was Spitfire. I was Tornado, because my brother flew in Tornadoes, and someone else was Hurricane. So we were like 1-9 Tornado here. Anyone for a copy? It's like Spitfires on the side. Oh my god, the fuck is our lives, right? And then one time, this guy who was called the Melon Man wanted to talk to us down.
The Melon Man.
The Melon Man. Do you know the Melon Man? I swear we've had this conversation before. And like,
you're old.
Yes, but I don't look it, and that's the best thing.
He's like one of those immortal mummies who has like a wealth of information from generations of being alive.
I have a painting of myself in my attic, and that is actually true. This guy was like, here we go, eyes down looking for a full house. So yes, this guy was like, all right lads, I'm Melon Man here, and we're like, hello Melon Man, this is Tornado and Spitfire and all that other bullshit. He went, alright, and it's like, well come and see you, where are you? He's like, I'm in the market. And I'm like, no kidding, he's in the market. And we went down to the market, and there's Melon Man on the fruit and veg stand, and I'm like,
selling melons?
yes, this guy.
The name makes sense now.
This guy did not think. I went through, when I actually chose a name, like I do today, nothing's changed since I was a kid, made a list of all the things I loved and started crossing out, like, oh, maybe that, thinking of the ideal name. This guy's like, oh, sell melons on the Melon Man.
Yeah. The Welsh have got a similar naming convention, except they're always something, their name, the something, their job. So right. This guy, if his name was like Dave, he'd be Dave the Melon. Like, alright, Dave the Melon. I've got the melons on the back. I'll drive to your house. You can buy a melon. Dave the Melon.
I hope it's a family-friendly painting of yourself, Alex. It is his family, but you could see. You could go up into my attic.
So it's kind of like...
Yeah, yeah, it's like...
but with less clothes.
Yeah.
And less dignity.
Yeah.
Are you in the mood for a little bit of a soccer chant?
Get your rum out,
get your rum out, get your rum out for the lads, for the lads.
I can only say I only have to have wine, unfortunately, but you should get your rum out for the lads. Good to see you. Dave is in.
Dave the Melon.
Dave the Melon.
Welcome.
What you call me?
No, in Wales, you'd be Dave the dog shit.
Oh my god.
Rather than dog shit Dave, you'd be Dave the dog shit.
Well, Dave Dog drives the taxi.
Yeah, so he'd be Dave the Taxi.
He'd be Dave the Taxi. Bit like Joe the Taxi, that famous song by Vanessa Paradis. Hello, Orgoy. I saw that you've dropped in already. And a nap. I saw that. Okay, I understand what you're trying to say there. It's very, very reasonable.
It's very atoning.
Very atoning.
Yes.
Good redemption there. We are just about to enter that.
Yes,
segment.
we haven't got to hats.
We haven't quite got there yet, but yes. But hello.
You are forgiven. Let's move on.
So, yeah.
A few of my friends had CBs in their car.
Yes.
My cousin was Money Man, and I was the Rooster. Who saw that coming? Wow.
I love it. It's like we had this is not just that. I thought it was me. I thought it was me alone. But no, we all did that shit. I can only imagine in parts of Canada that's the only way they communicate. You know, they haven't really quite moved on. So I presume that's. But maybe I should get that CB out of storage, set it up, to sit here talking to the person across the road. Breaker on the 1-9. So,
nowadays it'd be like, yes, and what drugs do you require?
By the way, I speak like this, okay? As you know how I speak, in this kind of posh accent. And every time I do an impression of being on the CB, I turn into this trucker, right? But I did that. What 1-9 for a call? Well, breaker for a 1-9. You can't not do it. You can't go. I never said breaker for a 1-9. Anybody on the side? Anybody for an eyeball? I never said any of this sort of stuff. I am, yeah. Well, you know, I mean, it's a joke really because I'm not posh. But at any rate, he says, speaking in this accent, holding a glass of wine.
I'm not posh really.
I'm not posh really.
I just have a painting of myself in the loft and I'm here drinking £20 wine.
Hey, that wine came down to £15.
With
Get
perfect
in.
elocution.
Get yourselves down to Waitrose right fucking now. Except don't, because I bought all of the wine. Oh dear. Grammar school boy. I am a grammar school boy. Breaker. Bin lorries come round quick. Get the bin out. 15 quid. Are you on glue? It was down from 20. It's good. It's really good.
Oh, Mike,
by the way,
were you here for the fucking day planner conversation? It gets worse.
No, I'm surprised, Mike, that wasn't the opportunity to say someone's doing well. I told Duncan earlier that he should buy some of this, and he went, 15 quid, fuck off. And I was just like...
That's usually Jaeger's job as well. But, like, come on, people, you're supposed to be on brand.
I think I was...
We want a how much from Jaeger.
How much?
And we want a someone's doing well from MJ Harnstone.
Do not...
Otherwise, what are we even here for?
It is payday, though. It's payday wine. It's payday wine day. Wine day payday.
Yeah, which is different from...
Fucking...
There we go, thank you.
Fucking how much?
But it's different to a payday loan.
It is a different... Yeah. Yes, it's different from a pay... Sorry, I was reading the chat. Someone's doing well. 15 quid wine from Waitrose. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And scene.
And I think that pre-ramble takes us nicely into the segment we like to call This Is Happening.
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
I tell you what is hap. Are these crisps that you brought round. Right off the hap. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, Tamsin has got internet problems again. You have to catch up on YouTube. No worries.
Oh no.
Hopefully you hear this. We'll see you soon. Thank you for trying. Share your hap. Birthday. Yes, I want attention again. So anyway.
Happy birthday, Mike. Happy birthday week. No doubt. Well, he was saying that he will be like the first to have a lockdown birthday again. So no doubt we'll all be celebrating again later in the year when we're finally out of lockdown. Although we won't be able to see you because you live up north. But, you know.
Yeah. I mean, there are vehicles.
There are. We could drive. It's not difficult to get there. Tamsanaki's internet problems. We've got 99 problems. Well, actually, you know, just the internet.
I'm not sure what those numbers are. That's interesting. Oh, is it that emoji?
Oh, maybe.
That's the Unicode for that emoji, apparently. Weird. It was quite funny because as Lady Sora dropped her I'm hungry nap, it also gave her welcome message, and it came up with Lady Soro, and there was a big nap underneath it. Lady Soro, nap.
Nap. The twats that can't drive in Peterborough.
I think they're the same twats that can't drive everywhere in the UK.
Did someone see that? Is it the Suez Canal? Someone can't drive down the Suez Canal.
It is blocked. Yeah,
unbelievable.
They have kind of side beached themselves.
Goblin Tea Power has dropped in. I'm seriously distracted trying to figure out what the t-shirt says.
Well, allow me to move closer.
Move closer. It says, it's morphine time.
Which is a pun.
I love it. I think it's good.
How I like a pun.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is amazing. Do I have to pay for that?
That's Disney Plus.
I mean, I've got Disney Plus, but do I have to then pay again because it's a film that's come out?
It's not a film, it is a TV series.
Oh, is it? I didn't know it's a TV series. This whole time I thought it was a film. Even better. Oh, what's that shit? Oh, great. Good. Had no idea. Peterborough in general. Yeah, no, I read today. I came onto my work call in the morning, and there's just a big picture, though someone's linked it from the internet, of like a massive boat that's like Austin Powers itself down the Suez Canal. I'm like, you can only go one way. What were you trying to do in a 3-point turn for? Why? It's a one-way. What has happened?
Fuck this up, Dave. Shit.
Come on, Dave the boat driver. What's going on? You only had one thing to do. Lovely. This is a segment where we talk about haps and naps.
That was a strong one.
Things that are good, things that are bad. That ship is worse at parallel parking than I am. Like, what was it doing? What was it doing? I never even read it properly. All I saw was a massive boat get stuck in canal and a picture of a tiny digger truck trying to dig it out.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much it. That is the story.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It sent oil prices up. Basts. The ramifications of which I did not realise. Got a free T-shirt. That's a hat.
Yeah. Despite him trying to be honest and give it back to them.
What happened? Someone.
He got double T-shirted when he ordered a T-shirt. He got double T-shirted.
Do you know what I have to say? Something I've noticed about Jaeger is he is very honest.
He is.
He's super honest.
He is.
Like when I said I might put a number 1 on my bin, a thing that has not happened yet.
He was like,
no, you can't. You're stealing.
That is illegal.
You're very sharp on that. I'm quite impressed, actually. Today I remembered when me and Alex went to the cinema and I didn't understand the card machine and he told the cinema guy I just got out of prison. Is that a hap or nap? I don't understand.
I think that's hap.
I think it's hap. Thank you very much for dropping in again.
It's a deferred hap, but that is a cool story.
I have to say, I mean,
add that to your Channel Point repertoire. Tell me a true story about claiming to be out of prison.
Do you know, that is actually a line that Captain Brilliant likes to use, and I not only used it with Emma, but I used it with Isabeau for who's an ex of mine, and I used it with her when we went to see this thing in Ostenda, and some guy was like, I was just messing around in the queue, like talking to the people around in the queue and just messing around. She, like many of my exes, and there might be a correlation here, was always just wanted to shut the fuck up and get on with the thing, and I'm like talking to people in the queue.
Shut the fuck up and get on with the thing.
Get on with the thing.
You are with the wrong person for that.
You're with the wrong person. So I was like messing around, and the bloke behind me, and I was like chatting and messing around, and she was like saying, "Come on, come and do this thing." I said, "I'm so sorry." She just got out of prison, and like that line had never been heard in Belgium before, and it was amazing. It was brilliant. She was mortified. He thought it was the most hilarious thing ever. I'm like, thank you, Captain Brilliant, for your go-to line. You could use it too.
You've got very good at saying Captain Brilliant rather than his real name.
I'm really good at it.
You've much improved on that, considering when we first started on this endeavour like a year ago, it was like blah 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 this, blah 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 that.
Yeah. I'm better at saying it than he is.
Yes, it's true.
Oh yeah.
Right, let's catch up on some of these haps and naps. Hap Casper became dad. I assume that is your cat.
Yes.
Catsper.
Yeah, missed the trick there, Roy.
A dad.
Became a dad. Wow. Don't cats get their balls chopped off at age whatever?
They can. It's not mandatory.
It's mandatory in Belgium.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a fact I learnt the other day.
Interesting.
But I presumed it was therefore mandatory everywhere, not knowing anything.
It is not. No.
Yeah, it didn't happen to Casper.
There are lots of Tom cats in this country.
Small update. Yeah, a little update.
I got bad news about my sleep machine.
Oh,
that's a shame. I know that was a potential amazing thing in your life.
It's really like I completely forgot I did that thing.
Nap. There was a shooting in my town.
Yeah, that is Nap.
America.
America, fuck yeah.
Hap. I got 5 from English. I assume that is a grade.
No, he got the band 5. Attended his English class.
Did he get the feeling?
He did. It was like 5. What are you waiting for? And so forth.
He started the dreaming. And got down tonight. Nap, Peterborough in general. Testify, sister.
Fucking Peterborough.
I think that's... I bought a new mic for my cooking streams. Woo! That's a good one.
What happened? What's wrong with the old one, little cute girl?
It kept rubbing on her hair and just going... It kept squelching.
Squelching. Hair squelch. You don't want hair squelch. Hair squelch the worst kind of squelch. What have you put in your hair to make your hair squelch? Belgian Mole is back. Best show on TV. Die Mole.
Is it D?
I don't think it is.
Or is it D?
It's probably het, but it's probably duh. There you go. It could be, but it's going to be duh. It is de Mole. There you go. It is Demol.
Demol.
Yeah, it is not. Some things are het.
Is it the king of Demol?
It is Demol. I spoke to Isabel about that, and she said that people did enjoy it, but she hadn't watched it.
I know that he was really into either the British or American one that was cancelled after like one season or something. So
let me just say, right? So if I understand the mole, I think I might be confusing this with another one, but so protest because you know when you've heard something enough times and you think you know what it is. As I understand, it's probably someone who's trying to sabotage something in a slightly Among Us kind of way.
Yeah, possibly.
But one I saw,
either that or it's they get inside the massive drill-based machine from Thunderbirds and inspect underground caverns and things.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
It's a cultural phenomenon in Flanders, mate. Frits are a cultural phenomenon in Flanders. Like my arrival to Flanders was a cultural phenomenon. Trust me, De Mol is just standard there. I would imagine that's the best thing they'd ever seen. When I should say when the Masked Singer came to Belgium, like the first guy they had on that was the fucking mayor of Ostende. So like, trust me, they get a thing, they run with it. They don't have that many people there.
I was going to say, can you name a Belgian like a global Belgian celebrity off the top of your head? I can't.
Yeah. I've forgotten her name though.
I mean one that people will know.
No.
Right.
No.
There you go.
But I was about to name the woman who won the
Masked Singer.
No. Yeah. Actually, the person that won the Masked Singer was also the person that won when Belgium won the Eurovision Song Contest, whose name I've briefly forgotten, but you could look up. But anyway, yes, there is one. There is one. But yeah,
Van Damme, is he Belgian? I thought he was Dutch. Jean-Claude, not Rob. Rob Van Dam. Everything's cool when you're Rob Van Dam.
I bloody love Rob Van Dam. How can you hate Rob Van Dam? Whatever happened to Rob Van Dam?
The whole fucking show.
He did the 5-star frog splash.
He's Belgian according to Wikipedia.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
Well, I tell you what, maybe they're holding out for Jean-Claude Van Damme to be in the second season of the Belgian Masked Singer.
That'll get me tuning in for sure.
Honestly.
How is the muscles from Brussels? Of course he is. Yes, there you go. Okay, now name another.
Here's the muscles from Brussels. Tamzanaki's got internet issues. The people that I watched some of the Masked Singer Belgium, and they've got this thing called Nachtwacht, right? Which
sounds really rude.
I took the piss out of relentlessly when we went to a place called Plopsiland. Now Plopsiland is in Flanders.
That's another thing that sounds rude.
It doesn't it great? Like she said, we're going to Plopsiland, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Plopsiland is like Disneyland, but it's a very, very low budget, low rent Disneyland, and it's basically a load of gnomes instead of like Disney.
Oh man, this just sounds awful. But
you gotta go to
amazing at the same
Plopsiland.
time.
I'll take you to Plopsiland.
Let's do it.
It's incredible, and oh my god,
don't get me started from Plopsiland.
Oh my god, I'd definitely do that.
We're definitely taking Don't Get Me Started on the road when the road opens up again.
Like
That's
Alton
happening.
Towers, but lower rent than Alton Towers. Like lower than that. It's just like, and one of the things I don't know why they said it there. There's a Dutch/Flemish show called Nachtwacht, which is basically, I think it's a werewolf, a vampire, and another character are all hanging around doing some shit. It looks like a terrible shit version of Buffy, right? And I used to take the piss, and I'd say, what is this? Because the guy who's the vampire doesn't look like sexy and broody like Angel. He's got a massive fucking chin like Jimmy Hill. So he's like a Jimmy Hill vampire, and he's always like kind of, and I'm like every time I saw it, I'd be like, oh man, fucking Nachtwacht. The fuck is going on with this?
I want to suck at this show.
We came out the cinema one time and there was a Nachtwacht film, and I'm like, unbelievable. This is just, I'm like, what is this? And then one time she says, you do know this is for kids? And I'm like, oh, I thought it was just like their version of Buffy, and like they didn't know what they're doing. She's like, no, it's intentionally meant. I was like, oh, so he's meant to look like a massive goon then. Fine, I get it now. But the guy who was the werewolf on that show, I think came second on the Belgian Masked Singer. So, like you basically, they only have a very small pool of current celebrities.
Season 1 and they're already fucking scraped the bottom of the barrel. They cover all of any kind of person that might be slightly celebrity in Belgium. Is like, right, who can we get now? Well,
we're out.
Who's still on the list?
We've got the woman who sang the Belgians Eurovision Song Contest winner. We've got the mayor of Ostende. We've got the werewolf from Narkbuck, and we are fucking out, mate.
I mean, you'd assume there are other towns that have mayors. That
Yeah, I'll be on in season 2. It's like, did Alex Borden come across one time? Close enough. Oh, I would love. Oh,
Christ. Duff's onto an idea there. Take to Belgium with the F1 Racing Show. Yeah, so maybe we could make that a whole kind of network weekend. We do the F1 on the weekend. We do DGMS from somewhere
Plopsiland.
in Belgium. From
You'd never
Plopsiland.
be able to do Plopsiland. It's so. Oh my god.
Yeah. Just
This
do a
is-
whole weekend. That'd be fun.
Oh, so funny.
We'll all go.
I don't remember what this is. So this is Haps and Naps. Do you have any haps?
Yeah, my hap is that I had a nap.
So what's your yes, and what is your nap? So you've got so what's your
No,
nap?
no, it's not a nap. It's a hap.
Right. So what's your hap?
That I had a nap.
You previously had considered a nap to say in the nap section.
No, I actually had a nap.
Right. I'm with you now. I think.
I had a little sleep.
Oh, you had a. I see. Yes, your hap was a nap.
A siesta.
See, that is always
Siesta,
gonna be...
We've got there now.
How was your nap?
It was long. I meant to, because I put my daughter Hannah down for a nap every day, and she normally sleeps for like an hour and a half. But today I was like, okay, so I'll put her down for a nap, and then I'll go for a nap myself, and she'll wake me up in about an hour and a half when she naturally wakes up. 2.5 hours later, my mother-in-law was like, Jeremy, yeah, it's time for you to go and collect Karis from school. I'm like, yeah. So I napped for a long time, and it still didn't fix my face. So, yeah, highlight my message. For fuck's sake, Alex, wake up!
We need to get on board with. We need to insinuate our way into Mike Harmstone's life enough that we can also go to the mole finale when they do it next time.
Yes, yeah. I'm waiting because he does a lot of podcast reality TV stuff, and I'm a big fan of obscure reality TV that nobody watches as well. He takes it to another level, obviously, so we haven't quite meshed up on one yet. But I'm looking forward to finding a reality TV show that we both like, so I can tune into his podcast and actually understand what's going on. So maybe the mole. Like, send me some episodes, man.
It's the weekend, and as a result, I have one of my haps. In fact, the hap that I've got is the expensive wine because it's payday, and I went down into Waitrose to buy some spicy crisps for Jeremy to eat. These are not them. These are KFC Zinger crisps. Hap KFC Zinger crisps, very tasty. I went down and I bought this wine. And it discovered that it wasn't at £20, it was at £15, hap, so I bought all of the wine. It was, it was so terrible. It's just like, well, we may never see this 25% off again. So it's time to fucking
share your nap. I don't get paid till the 31st. Fuck you, Alex. Someone's doing well.
Good.
There he is.
There we are. There's the man we know and love.
Yes.
It must be nice. It must be nice. So Alex is pandemic buying. Well, no, not in this case as it happens. I'm not buying because I can't get out to get the wine at any other time. I'm buying it because it's cheap now and I won't...
You are kind of pandemic buying in that you might not have had that kind of ready cash to just drop on wine.
That's true.
Were we not in a pandemic.
But it's not like
You'd be
toilet
using
roll,
it
which
to-
is hard to get.
Yeah. Well, it's not anymore. There hasn't been for,
No, sometime.
9 months or so.
Go Asda. They've got 25% off 6 bottles. You'd love that, surely. I do. I would like that, and Waitrose does that too. But so I would do that too.
This guy doesn't shop at Asda, let's be honest.
I don't shop at Asda, and the reason I don't shop at Asda
It's because it's too convenient and close.
it's because it costs £1.50,
You can pretty much see Asda from this flat.
and I often drive to get stuff, and I don't want to park and pay £1.50. Even though I can get that money back. It's just a fucking faff. Because the parking thing, don't get me started on the fucking parking Asda. The parking thing that you get the ticket from never fucking works. It never takes money or card or anything. The whole experience at Asda is worthless and incompetent. So there's no point in going to it when I could just drive somewhere for free. So that's why I don't go to Asda, unfortunately. I'm sure other Asdas are lovely. The one in Folkestone is crap. And it's also the
It's totally fine You use the machine, you pay, get the ticket.
You have been fortunate.
You get your money back.
You've been fortunate.
I have been fortunate every time that I have been there in the last 10 years of living here. Yes.
Yes, I have been.
I've only had an issue once.
I have had an issue.
And that time I just wrote a note saying, "Machine wouldn't work. Go fuck yourself."
I've had an issue
on my windscreen,
in the COVID times. I've had an issue like 3 times. But the other thing, Jeremy, is that it isn't even if it works or doesn't work. Sainsbury's, you just drive in and stop, and that is always going to beat drive in, stop, go pay, go put, sticker back, go walk in, right? More moving parts. So it's just not lean. The lean experience is in Morrison's and Sainsbury's. So fuck you, Asda. I mean, and anyone that works for them, frankly.
Morrison's have got 50p donuts, so they win on that front. Asda don't have that.
There you go.
Asda did win because they had Peter's pasties and sausage rolls.
Oh, really?
You cannot get anywhere outside of Wales.
Oh, I think I've eaten that. I have eaten them.
They're good. Hannah wants to know if it's guitar time on Let's Go Back to Chatting for a second.
It probably won't be guitar time. I'd said that I wouldn't do guitar time, but I mean, my arm could be twisted because I'm not made of stone, but I think the intention is to not do that, to kind of see if we can just do that. I'm hoping someone can tolerate me on Fortnite again. I don't like the way you worded that. I hope that you can successfully smash Fortnite again is the correct way of saying it.
Why is there no Friday on the schedule? It's there. It's underneath. It was underneath Thursday.
It's in order. Days of the week order.
See, look, Thursday and then Friday's in the bottom left there. We're on it now.
As it was, as it is, and so shall it always be.
As is the order of things.
The order of the week.
£15 is cheap for wine now, apparently. Well, there you go. Out of touch with the common man.
How much is a banana anyway? $10. Oh, that woman died actually. I can't remember the actress's name, but the woman who's the mother out of
Arrested Development.
Yeah, mother in Arrested Development, the mother in Archer.
How dare you slag off Asda?
It was intentionally.
Stay tuned, Lady Sorrow. There's more of that coming.
Guitar, maybe. Alex, you didn't see me running people over in a lorry and trying to save little cute girl with a hammer. Mate, that makes you a fucking legend.
I did see you saving little cute girl with a hammer. That was funny.
I saw one point, the best bit of that I saw was when you drove away, when I think the storm is coming in or whatever, like you're being forced into a smaller aspect. I never played Fortnite.
Did he ditch them?
He ditched them.
It
was so funny. He just drove away. Nova drove away and Jaeger drove away. And there's just like little cute girl going, guys, and he just kept like trolling her further until eventually went, okay, fine, like I'm not going to keep doing it. But it was brilliant. Jessica Walter, yes, exactly, yes. Unfortunately, yes, she passed away, which is very sad because she's funny as fuck. And she is the one that gets to say, how much is a banana anyway? $10 when you're out of touch about shit. And I didn't understand the question, and I won't respond to it. Which is also another good quote from her.
There's a West Wing reference there as well.
Is there?
I can't remember what the specific thing is, but they have a little conversation where it's all like, and I'm just waiting for the president to be asked how much this costs and for him to not know.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what it is. It's going to annoy me now.
I have to watch it all over again.
Yeah, I'm sure Mike will tell us in a moment.
I forgot I did that while I was watching, and it was
like,
good.
Charlie, how much does a X cost? And it's like, this much, sir. Okay. Thank you for that.
Go see a Star Wars, Alex. Jaeger, I've enjoyed you every time I've watched you on stream. Like, mate, do more of it. That's hat.
Yeah, because remember, you could stream Fortnite yourself.
You could.
You'd, just talk.
I like to think, Jaeger, that you are moving up in steps each time it's continued. We sing that song every time we think about you. In fact,
ditching people in lorries, no one can catch him.
Yeah. Getting better, keep doing it.
I used to work in a little Asda. A little Asda for little people. Was it a borrower's Asda? Let me progress at my pace, Jazz. God, no. Fuck you. You progress at my pace, motherfucker.
But it is progress, nevertheless. My nap is that my tiny... I was saying how wonderful my tiny freezer, my tiny fridge freezer is that I got from the woman in Herne Bay who wanted to kind of like twist my arm for more money. And I was like...
Oh yeah, I remember that story.
Well, finally, the little freezer door, because my thing is only about this tall, so therefore the freezer bit, which I have to shove in a bag of ice, the bag of ice is hard to get in there, and I'm like trying to put the bag of ice in. I was trying to close the thing, and finally the fucking door came off in my hand, and I'm like, oh, fucking... stupid fucking freezer door. And so of course now I just don't have a freezer door on all, but the ice still is frozen. It's just now that the door would hide it from prying freezer eyes, and now anyone that could open my fridge would go, oh, Alex has got ice. So that's the one problem, I suppose, with it. But that is my biggest nap. My biggest nap is that my ice dispenser is slightly more visible than it was. If anything, it should be a hap, Jeremy. Because now it's easier.
You've got easier access to the ice.
Based on my lean comment earlier, it's easier now to get to the ice because I don't have to go like that. I should have ripped that fucking door off months ago. What a dickhead I've been.
It does sound a bit like a first world problem. You're full of the first world problems too.
I'm massively out of touch with everything. See, like, so that's why we're different, you see. You're like a man of the people, and I'm some dickhead that buys £15 wine.
I'm the people's champion.
You are the people, very much so. I don't know who I...
Champion of the peeps.
You're like, if anything, two different wrestlers there.
I am two different wrestlers.
That's amazing. Yeah. Cupboard door broke. Fuck, you know, everything's breaking.
My nap is that people can see I have ice. So you understand the problem here. Yeah.
It must be ice. It must be ice. Managed to get another Hamilton reference. 2 for 2. Lozzie Mestos are dropping in. Hello, only me. Good to see you. A lovely wave.
I do like the wave emoji. It's one of my favourite emojis.
I'm trying to get an applause emoji done as well, so there can be so when you see me do something...
It's quite hard to, unless you can make a GIF one. It's quite hard to express that in static form.
I think I've seen ones which is one hand over another hand. This hand is my hand.
Those same kind of lines that's in that waving one.
And then you kind of get the sound lines, and I'm having to describe it. But what often I see when you see GG and hype, you then see someone who puts clap over the top of it. So it says clap, and then these two hands like that. Now, do you think it should be like that with sound, or do you think it should have a little clap word over it?
I think you should have it like Bajoran clapping.
How's I don't know. Oh, yeah. Is it
like that, is it? Yeah, like that.
The people who sneak into houses to spy on freezers. I know, I appreciate. My nap is that people can see I have... Well, I know. People can see. It's like, oh my God, their monocle falls out in my house. Good God, he has ice, Marjorie. I keep my ice behind closed doors. You know, that's the kind of thing that I expect, maybe. Anyway. Oh, hey, it's Fudge Lady. That's how you're known now, Lozzie. That's how you're known. Nice. Clap, clap,
in
clap.
Wales, she'd be known as Lozzie the Fudge. There's your callback. And possibly the name of this episode.
Oh my God, I was thinking that's a callback and the name of the episode. Lozzie the Fudge. You've made it. You've made it.
Hello, fellow British people.
Hello.
Wolfington, I hate to alarm you, but most of your fellow Welshmen are watching the rugby right now rather than being here. Because they're waiting to win the Six Nations when France failed to score 21 points more than Scotland. So, if you know...
Is that why Reese isn't here?
That's why Reese isn't here. That's why Welsh Nana Care is quiet. That's why Karis isn't here, is because she can't physically see us because the rugby is on our television instead of...
Why is that on a Friday? I thought it was on a Saturday.
It was put off because of COVID, so it's a postponed game.
Oh, okay, sure.
And they're trying to get it in before other stuff happens. I don't know. I don't really know the rugger that well.
Did you know this man has ice? The utter travesty. See, Jaeger gets it. I bet Alex even expects people to take their shoes off indoors. I do expect them to do that.
He does, yeah. My shoes aren't even in the flat.
They're not even. There are no shoes in the flat.
Outside the door.
There will be no shoes in the flat. Hello, Wolfie. Obviously dropped into him earlier. Hang out with a bit, but I was also trying to do things. So I was
doing things, making tacos and stuff. I did manage to call in on him the other day as I was making enchiladas. So there is a real Mexican theme going on this week. Mexican food.
I do find with Mexican food though, it is just meat wrapped in some sort of bread, and like the Mexicans have tricked us into thinking they have more than one type of food.
I mean, I'm with the Mexicans. There is.
I mean, I'm fine with it, but like, I mean, ultimately, an enchilada is just like meat wrapped in like a thing, and then like a burrito, a taco,
an
enchilada.
The enchilada is meat wrapped in it. It's a fajita.
Yeah.
But then it's topped with cheese and sauce and baked.
Baked,
That's
it
the
is.
difference there. A fajita is chicken or beef in a wrap.
But I mean, without these distinctions,
a
there's
burrito
variations.
is also beef in a wrap, but it's ground beef in a wrap.
Yeah, but regardless of the stuff that's in it, it's still just like variations on a theme. I mean, I know we have sandwiches and shit, but doesn't it feel like they're like, hey, I've got a new idea. I want to do the accent, but I got a new idea. I think. It's just more bread product. Oh my god.
I'm suspicious of your experience with Mexican food.
I mean,
I haven't been to Mexico or anything, but
take your meat and put it in a thing.
but Old El Paso makes some mean kits.
That
That's all I'm
said,
saying.
I mean, take your meat and put it in some bread has served us very well with
For generations.
hot dogs, burgers, sandwiches. So I mean, maybe I shouldn't be hating on that shit, but it did seem very, very similar.
Jaeger had McDo for dinner.
McDo!
You had some McDo.
I had some McDo last night. Yeah.
I went to McDo after this stream last Friday night. It was fucking closed.
Fucking McClosed. That's your nap.
Muck closed.
McClosed.
Written there in purple,
Purple
and white.
Jaeger, I'm digging your use of McDo. I love it.
That's a colloquial. Everyone is using McDo and trip cheese.
Oh, I had a trip cheese
Which
last
are,
night.
you know, trademark, patent pending copyright.
Nation of Mexico declares war on sardonic British podcast.
Trip cheese on the hill. Trip cheese on the hill. I didn't go up on the hill. He had trip cheese at his desk, I assume, or were you on the sofa?
No, I was watching Brogan, so I was in
Yeah,
Studio
yeah.
B.
Where were you when you had your trip cheese, Jaeger? Inquiring minds.
Trip cheese on a hill. What a
Want to know.
callback! I love it. It's just you and your trip cheeses.
Well,
didn't realise
summer is coming, which is a drop slogan from Game of Thrones, but there will be trip cheese in more locations as the world reopens from COVID.
Oh yes,
and the weather gets better.
Watch out for that.
McDo is the French nickname. Fuck off, MJ. It's fucking ass trademark. Coming out here with your facts.
It's a Belgian thing.
Patent pending.
No. We haven't taken it from the French. We've taken it from the Belgians. You should be happy about that. That's where that comes from. What I was going to say, didn't realise that people from Mexico came via India. Oh, come on, it wasn't that bad. Do you know, it's Captain Brilliant. Duncan the singer used to be in a... it was in West Side Story, and one of the guys acting with him was asked to do a Mexican accent because they said it was a bit like Puerto Rican, because the other guy, the Jets and the Sharks, they're Puerto Rican, and so the guy was asked to do a Mexican accent. And when the guy was asked to do a Mexican accent,
I love the casual racism in that, but carry on.
I don't know how it was they're 14 years old, you know.
Basically Hispanic, right? Just roll with it.
Yeah. Well, I think the conversation, although I was not part of it, but I'm getting along to it anyway, was just like, can you do these accents? Where can you do? And then this guy said, whilst in that ballpark, I can do a Mexican accent. I think was like the sum total of his accent was an elongated E in think.
Nope. Don't like that. Don't like that.
That's how good accents are in plays, apparently, when you're 14.
Fair enough. I've just seen Goblin's comment, all food is just made of molecules. So unoriginal, right? Right? Forget
When
this.
you strip it down...
It's just meat and bread thing. It's just fucking molecules in arrangements. Okay, I think we might have exhausted
Haps and naps.
Haps and naps. This is happening. So shall we move on to a segment that we like to call Going Viral.
Yeah.
And Going Viral today largely relies on me pressing the right button after saying some words. So good luck with that one.
While you're talking, do you mind if I go vinyl, and go and get the wine?
Go for it.
Thank you.
I mean, you spent £1 million on it. You might as well drink it.
I'm going to drink it. I'm going to drink it out of my journal.
A little preamble to introduce you to our first. Our first viral moment? Thing? I don't even know what the noun is. Whatever. Comes from Thailand, believe it or not. A man who believed that he had found a bargain iPhone deal discovered the many pitfalls of online shopping when he was expecting his iPhone, but a suspiciously large parcel arrived at his door. He was a bit kind of bewildered by the high price of the shipping when he placed the order for the phone, but it all made sense the moment it arrived on his doorstep.
Like
rather than buying an iPhone, this unlucky gent had managed to buy an iPhone coffee table. Which is a major lesson in...
Does it turn on? Do we know?
It does not turn on, no. I don't know how they've created that sheen. I guess it's just glass.
Well, it is glass, but like... So I love it, but if you can't put like an actual... Like a TV in that, and then just like... That would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
It also adds that he made the point of ordering the rose gold version of the iPhone, and so was happy to receive the rose gold coffee table version of the iPhone.
So when you get 2 stars because he got the colour right. They didn't get the... But hold on a minute. Where did he get it from? eBay? What did it say where he got it from?
He doesn't say where he got it from.
Surely it just says iPhone coffee table in the description when you go to buy it. I mean,
you'd think so, but I mean, how many of you out there in Don't Get Me Started land have bought something online and received something that's totally fucking different?
That's not... Have you ordered something that when it got there is not the size? Often I find with these things like...
It is size.
The picture of something...
It would work as a video game table to play.
This is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Especially if it was a game where, like a classic game where you're facing someone else and looking down, like an old school retro game, like I want to say like either Pong or something like that, or something like Asteroids. It would work quite well on that.
I ordered a Punisher jacket and a hoodie arrived. Yeah, that kind of thing.
You ordered a Punisher jacket? That's pretty cool. Jaeger will love that. I think most of the time I've like, oh, that looks pretty cool. Wonder how big that's going to be. It gets there and you're like, okay, that is much smaller than I thought it was going to be. You know, so yes, I've been quite. But I don't know. At the moment, people are selling. GPUs, graphics cards, at a much inflated price in order to use it for data mining, or whatever it is, cryptocurrency mining. I don't really understand fucking any of that shit. The bottom line is that people are putting on JPEGs, pictures of graphics cards.
They're selling a JPEG.
They're selling a JPEG.
That's an old trick. Yeah.
And they're like, and the reason they're selling a JPEG, they say, is because there's so many people scalping, so many people like inflating the price of GPU. So price of GPU should be like £300. They put on for £1,000. So in order to combat that, they are now selling it. But they do not say. So what they say is like this. They say blah 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 fully, and they describe the GPU GTX 3080 blah 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 blah, and then it says JPEG, and then it says when you read the instructions, it then says if you are a human, do not buy this. This is to get the bots that are trying to buy them. Blah blah blah. But I'm like, that's kind of bullshit. I think I may have mentioned this before, but one person put this is a GTX NVIDIA GTX 3080 blah 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 fully working condition blah 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 blah. And then at the bottom it said, and then it scans down loads of space, loads of white space. Then right at the bottom it just goes, "This is a picture, lol." And I'm just like, now I think that's not cool. That is not fucking cool.
Like, I like the idea of confusing the bots. You know, you put a real kind of title, and then the first line in the description is, "This is a JPEG image. It is designed to catch bots out. Go fuck yourself, bots." Then that's reasonable.
We're working this video game to play on, like Mario Brothers. Jez is triggered. I don't know that you can be, right, because you succeeded in the end. So all those in my head, I mean, like
I did succeed. Yeah, you know, I am the epitome of if at first you don't succeed, try it again and again and again and again and again and again. 86 more times.
But this, like, by the bot would be more likely to read the JPEG than the human. I think that's super fucking true. Like,
yeah,
they really used to seeing things like .html, .whatever, you know, and like, you know, someone like my dad might be like, "Oh, that looks good." Well, just like it's just such total shit. It's just total shit because people, not all levels of humans are the same at reading and looking at stuff, and there's a reasonable expectation. Like if you buy something and it's a bit scuffed and you didn't see that it was a bit scuffed, or it was like whatever, you should read this shit. But some people won't, and they definitely won't fucking scroll down. That's total fucking shit, and I hate it. I wonder if there's some way which I can scam the scammers. There must be a way we can think of. I don't know. Maybe if they send me a JPEG of their fucking video card, I'll send them a JPEG of me holding some fucking money, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway,
I think they'll already have your money at that point, but
that's a pity.
So our second going viral,
Yes.
is the one that I teased as being for MJ Harmstone.
Oh, really?
So continuing on a theme on Don't Get Me Started, you may remember a few weeks ago that we were talking about Weetabix, beans on Weetabix, as something that is not very nice to eat. Was part of their marketing strategy. And then the following week, Alex ate Weetabix and beans live on stream,
and it was,
and that has launched. We'll just wait for him to catch up in chat lag. That launched Mike MJ Harmstone into a crusade to try and get Alex to eat disgusting things.
Yes.
The epitome of which would be a Finnish fish called Surstromming.
Surstromming, yes.
And so leaves, runs away. And so the second of our going virals is actually a Scottish gentleman, Donald McLennan, and his two sons, Robbie 11 and Jamie 5.
Man, some Scottish fucking names.
Who filmed themselves trying to eat Surstromming.
Oh my god, have you got a video of it?
Yes.
Oh.
Roll VT.
Right, you ready? Robbie, come in. Get your face in. Right, guys, we're going to do the fish challenge now.
Oh, that poor child.
And Jamie's wanting to get involved, aren't you, Jamie?
I'm quite happy to talk over this, by the way. It's quite long. But
that's the can I saw.
yeah, that is the can. Swedish, actually.
Yeah.
Well, not according to the thing I read. So sure.
I mean, the issue we've got in here is not really where it's from, but
more
these folk. Don't put your nose in that way. That kid just dead. We never saw that other kid again.
He hasn't even opened it properly yet, and already
fucking hell,
he turned green.
That fucking shit came out.
Like, he must be pressurised in this so much.
Oh no, it sounds like
I'm
Cheetos.
going to turn it down a bit. The noises this guy
The
makes.
little kid can handle it a little bit.
Yeah, no, the little kid is a trooper, actually. Jamie, his name is.
Donald, Jamie.
Is it canned shit? It's canned fish.
Canned shit, that lesser known
You'll
Jamiroquai
see
song.
eventually when he gets it open. You'll see that it is actually fish. There you go. Here's Robbie back again. He's still alive.
Robert the Brave. I'll tell you what, Donald is not enjoying this shit. They've got plates.
They're going to eat it like a meal, man.
You're right.
The whole family's going to take part in this.
I wonder if, having been asked to do this, whether there's like a bravado thing where I'll say, like, I'll do it if Mike does it, because I'm so certain he'll hate it more than me.
Yeah, it's part of our northern tour of Don't Get Me Started.
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
it's
yeah,
something
yeah.
you both do together, and I wear a gas mask.
I'll do
to
it if
film.
you'll do it.
What is that? Yeah, it's fermented herring. I don't know what it's for.
Get the fuck back down here, kid.
Like, Mike, what is it fermented in?
I'm not eating it.
Is it vomit?
Just for
science sake, yeah. I mean, you are. Look at the slime coming off it.
I am not eating that shit. Take everything back.
Watch this guy now.
Oh my god, that guy's gonna pass out.
Alex should eat it with baked beans. Yeah, well, serve it up to him on a plate. I'll plate it up.
Oh my god, you remember at the beginning of this video they're all like, oh my god, this is so much fun, everybody. He can't even.
I can't get it to his face.
We aren't doing this.
He's vomited on the fish. Look at it. Look at him convulsing.
Look at this guy.
He's possessed.
He's possessed. Oh my god, this guy. Somebody call this guy an ambulance. This is the best thing. This is the best thing.
Why are you making me watch this? Because, see this guy in the cap? Soon, that is going to be Alex and Mike together.
No, that's not happening.
Surstromming pals.
Surstromming Tour 2022.
Wait, is this a horror He hasn't even taken a bite yet.
If you want to go viral, this is how you fucking do it. I'm gonna have a crisp, a regular crisp.
It touches his tongue and he's done. He's done.
Just wash it down with some £15 wine.
Please stop. Stop the pain. Stop the pain, please. We can't do it anymore. Stop, I vomited. It does look like he has a malignant spirit inside his life. Yeah, he's channeling his favourite wrestling character, The Undertaker, as he brings it to his face.
Right.
Just wash it down with some £15 wine, says Chaos. Job done.
Oh my god.
There's apparently just enough salt in it to stop it rotting. Nice. So, that was a look into your future. How do you feel?
Do you know what? I've watched a guy at Radio X do that, which is what Mike Harmstone sent over. And that guy really fucking hated it. But he hated it less and could actually eat a bit more than that guy. So I just think there's a matter of perspective here, you know.
See, I haven't found anybody yet that is actually, you know, just opened the can, eaten it.
Can I just say,
been happy with
when they make this in Sweden or wherever they make it, basically, they're obviously producing it in numerous cans.
Yeah.
God knows what their demand is like.
You'd assume that some people actually, you know, enjoy this. Otherwise, why would it still be a thing?
Yeah, right. Otherwise, like, aside from just being something that people try because they go, oh, have you heard of this? Blah, blah, blah. Aside from it being a novelty vomit dish for dickheads, you know, see above. Aside from that, which you would not think is sufficient to prop up the Surstromming industry for such a long time. So there must be
the factories
QED.
God, can you imagine the factory? People must get hazard pay to work there.
Think of the whatchamacallit, the
hazmat suit.
Yeah.
Like, I will film you and MJ Harmstone doing this challenge in a hazmat suit. I will buy a purpose-built hazmat suit so that you guys can open the tin and then I'll plate it up for you with some beans and you can dip it in the beans.
You should be on their marketing team for a lot of things, actually. I've been an excellent marketeer. I don't know what I'm doing.
What is the name of that thing? Surstromming.
Surstromming.
Yeah, there you go.
He was one of the Knights of the Round Table.
To work in Surstromming, they cut your ability to smell.
Yes. First they take your nose.
Then they take your dignity.
First we get the Surstromming. Then we don't get the women.
Surstromming. Don't know why I went like that.
I don't know, but I like it.
It's clearly that's clearly an Italian stereotype.
What a mistake to make her. Oh my god. I don't think that I found that incredibly hard to watch. You didn't warn anyone really either very much.
No, I didn't. That was by design.
Yes, it was. How low do you have to be to can that foul shit? Would you rather it was just in a fucking bag? I mean, according to the internet, you should open it underwater and wash it before eating. Well, I mean, maybe that will help. I mean, they never said how I have to do it, but I presumably they want me to do it like that because that's the most hilarious way to eat it. It's basically rotting. Why is this a thing at all? Right? What's that fruit that's meant to be disgusting? The durian?
Durian, yeah.
Yeah. Why do things exist that are shit? Are there not enough shit things in the world already that we have to invent our own?
Apparently not.
I mean, honestly. I don't want to do this ever in my life.
Yes, that's a shame. Oh no. If there's a mod in the chat, can somebody permit Chaos Nil 77, please? Exclamation permit. Space Chaos Nil 77.
I think Alex's menu should be ballot. It might be Baloo, I don't know what it is. Century egg, Surstromming, and durian. Oh, God. Durian just smells bad, but is extra good. Top tips.
I mean, I'm not sure you should eat Baloo. I think that would warp several children's minds for a very long time.
I mean, you mean Baloo the bear?
I do.
Yeah. The bare necessities. I'm shocked to my core at that video. I think that video was so hideous. There are actors out there who need to learn how to be possessed just by watching that dude.
Apparently we don't have any mods in.
Okay, yeah, no, we don't have Soro.
Sorry, Chaos. I can't reach the computer, it's all the way over there. Wales have won the championship. There we go. Now the Welsh people will descend.
Our viewership goes up.
Yeah. The Welsh people will arrive shortly. The Scottish people... no, it wasn't the F-bomb, it was the link. You tried to post a link and it didn't like that. Or you might have put an accidental dot in there and it thought it was a thing. The F-bomb is...
Sorry, Chaos, we didn't have a mod to hand to help you
definitely
out.
permitted. In fact, the F-bomb is encouraged.
You're very welcome here. Yes, we do say the F-bomb. F-bomb, F-bomb.
Ultimately, it didn't kick you out or anything, so no harm done.
Okay.
So there you go.
Oh my god.
Going viral. Going vom.
I can only imagine that did go viral. I can only imagine that has been seen by a lot of people.
It has, which is why it came across my...
came across your desk.
as it were.
Hot off the press, Jez. Man is sick on stream, and kids watch. The kid, the middle kid, the right-hand kid, as it were, seemed reasonably unperturbed.
The youngest.
Yeah, the youngest put his nose right over it, and I thought...
He didn't look 5, though. He looked
dead.
Old, he looked older than 5. They must be, fairly weathered to this kind of thing in
Alex,
Scotland.
go fuck yourself. That was a very big fuck. Did I say something about Jaeger just then?
You said that using the F word was encouraged.
So,
So he's using it to the
well done,
fullest of
Jaeger.
his potential.
I got onto another subject, and immediately all other subjects were erased from my head. So
he short-term jazz memory.
I did a chess. It happened. It does happen.
Sorry, what's that thing you just did a second ago?
Who knows? We're
It's
on
not
to
there
anything
anymore.
now.
It's not in my brain.
But in the high-paced world of Don't Get Me Started, things fucking happen pretty fast. You've got to roll the punches here, everybody. And I'm very pleased you're all here. Sounds about right for you too. It's a complicated thing, streaming. A lot of balls in the air, a lot of wine to drink, a lot of things to read, a lot of stuff to prepare, hats to wear backwards. Hey, listen, we make this look fucking easy, but trust me, it isn't.
There's a lot of prep that goes into it.
Surstroming is $27.95 a can on Amazon UK. Not it's fucking fuck. No, think £27.95, and everyone's taking the piss out of wine. I mean,
if this is a thing, I'm sorry, I'm going to rephrase that. When this is a thing that Alex and MJ Harmstone are doing,
do you not want to try
Surstroming?
this?
No, I don't. No.
And $3.99 delivery.
Someone's got to film it. But I will pay for the Surstroming.
No, you don't. I wouldn't want you. Save your money, old chap.
I'm fine. I'm not.
I will literally disown Alex if he goes anywhere near that stuff.
I'm not dropping money left, right, and centre on £15 wine. So I think I can afford a 30
fucking how much?
Surstroming every now and again.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will ride a horse while eating Surstroming. Yes, Caucasian is live. Well, that's because he does it every night. He's a great guy. Thanks for dropping that in. But I will say, at Caucasian Sensation is wonderful because he's our mate. That doesn't make any sense. But we are going to keep doing this, if that's all right.
We'll keep doing our
We'll
thing.
keep doing our thing. Please don't leave. That's 2 bottles of wine. £30 for rotted fish. What the actual fuck?
I mean, it's not rotted yet. Not until you open the can.
No, it's not, because it's got so much salt in it, Jaeger, that it's okay.
It's fermented.
Yes. Like a fine wine. Like a fishy wine.
See, it's just calling out to you.
Yeah.
Right up your street.
I mean, I do feel in some regards like we should try and experience all these things just to say that we fucking did. Do you know, I tell you what, listen, it needs to be made clear about something right now. This is not the task for me, right? I've spent my whole life...
It is the task for
I mean, if I may. I've spent my whole life cultivating...
I think I can see where this is going.
Of course you can.
So you may not.
Finessing... I don't think... Maybe you don't then. I spent a long time finessing the way I am and keeping all this bullshit vomiting nonsense from you to give you all this impression that I am wonderful and brilliant in every way. If you need someone who wants to randomly put stupid foodstuffs in their mouth, up their nose, in their eyes,
where this is coming. Yeah.
You don't need always be chatting. This is a task for the best mask agent for this, which is Captain Brilliant. Captain Brilliant is absolutely 100% the man for the job, and he will do it. He will want to do it. I'm telling you now, he's your man. He is the guy. He's our man in Cheriton.
In a world filled with Weetabix and beans, 2 men have risen above to bring you Surstroming.
It might be okay if you eat it like Swedish people do.
Is Surstroming.
I
will make the sting. That's a thing.
Bruh, That's how much 0.5 stones salmon costs. You measured
I mean,
3 kilograms.
3 kilos or 0.5 stone of
I mean,
salmon is quite a lot of salmon. So
we could spend a lot of time comparing how much £27 worth of other things in literally anything that isn't that in the world is worth buying.
Surstromming and bullshit confirmed.
You would do it.
Cocktails and Surstromming, surely.
Surstroming's not coming in here though. My flat will stink itself.
Oh no, we'll do it outside.
Oh, you're very kind.
Yeah, and I'll. Well, it won't.
I'm not a monster, says Jeremy.
It'll probably be up north, closer to MJ Harmstone, because he has roped himself into this now.
Yeah.
This is the main thing that you should rest on.
I know.
Is that it's not just you.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
You are
Plus
destroying somebody
$3.99.
else's life in the process.
I love that.
Plus $3.99
Plus
shipping.
Bad thing is, I want to try Surstromming. Oh, we've got a new contender.
Jaeger, you're in. You've been drafted. It's a big tin, man.
By the way, none of it's getting eaten. It's just getting smelt. Literally. I don't think I can hold it together. There's no way anyone can hold it together.
It's going to be fucking fantastic.
I'm never
television.
doing it.
It's going to be great television, folks.
Would you guys try Surstromming? No, I don't want to.
He is trying Surstromming. I would not.
I'm merely witnessing this.
No, you're there. You are doing it. You are involved.
I just want to be famous, Jez.
Is
this how you get famous?
Do.
There are a lot more disgusting things I do than fucking... Oh no, maybe there aren't.
Okay. Choose the next segment, sir. Where would you like to go?
Do you know what? Maybe we could just go in the sea. Do you have anything to put in the sea? Or shall we do Hate's Gonna Hate? Because that's something... We didn't do any of that last week.
We didn't, no.
Let's hate.
Let's hate in the segment we like to call Haters Gonna Hate.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.
No thanks is what I'm saying to Surstromming.
Which is similar to Hannah's comment. I'm so far out, I'm considering space travel.
Can we throw search? By the way, when I just suggested in the sea,
That's
I thought,
what he was going to try and do.
That's what I was going to throw in the sea. Was Surstromming.
Surstromming can go in the sea after.
Well, according to Goblin
the
Tea
test.
Power,
Yes.
or just short to Goblin. According to Goblin, the best way to serve it is
It's
underwater.
underwater.
So we'd have to put it in the sea. Shit, I might be hoisted by my own petard if I tried that trick.
Yeah, all you're doing here is putting yourself in the sea in the process.
At least if I was in the sea, I'd be in the sea. That would be nice, I guess. Hate on 5th. Well, I mean, I want to hate. I can briefly do a hate-et, but my hate for wine has been well documented on several things. I would say, I mean, fucking, what's the difference between a £15 wine and a £5 wine, really, when you think about it? See, a mini hate-et. I mean, this is just fucking outrageous bourgeois nonsense, isn't it? From someone that is middle class. So fuck that shit. Who am I trying to be? What a prick. Hate myself. Now let me drink the lovely wine.
So for those that are new, Haters Gonna Hate is the segment in which you suggest topics that we have to hate on. The idea being that it is things that we like and we have to artificially hate on cool shit.
You made the fish get all the way out of the sea to be fermented and now you're putting it back. We should gather money to buy all companies that make Surstromming and stop making it. We should buy out Surstromming and then cease production. I don't know that's...
Cease strumming.
Have you... I don't know if you've heard of the concept of return on investment, but I just so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend... How much does it cost for the Surstromming? It's £2 million, sir. Right, here's £2 million, stop. And I'm down £2 million. And I've got all the Surstromming in the world. So I'd have to sell it. Then I'd realise how popular it was and I'd start selling it.
Sounds like a great investment now that you put it that way.
Hey, Orgoy has a good one there. Hate on Undertale. Have I hated on Undertale?
I'm not sure you have.
No, maybe I should then.
I think you might have hated on specific characters, maybe Sans or Papyrus, but not on Undertale as a whole.
That's a really hard one.
So, no, I like that. You go
I
for
do.
it.
Do you want to see, before I do that...
I'm just ignoring the Welsh people, because that's how I roll. I suggest one. Yeah, it's a bit niche, Jaeger, and I'll just be talking to you. So
What, hating on Carmen Rider?
Yeah, I'll just be talking to you, so it's not quite as mainstream.
It's
as
not.
we
It's not a
require.
broad church Carmen Rider.
It is not. No.
Maybe something for chess. But while we're doing that, I will hate on Undertale as best I can. Although that is
That's
you know,
the goal.
In
It's
my
gotta be
brain,
tough.
I've definitely done it because the way I'm going to reach for this seems like something I've said before. But at the risk of repeating myself, it doesn't matter. Fuck Undertale, right? What, you know, like, don't get me started on Undertale. It is ultimately a game which appears kind of cutesy and cheap, but it's really quite formulaic and it's nothing fresh at all. These sort of games, which are, this one is predicated on looking at 16-bit style, something which was in the 80s. Legitimately, there was a time when all the games that looked like Undertale could only be produced by Undertale. And you might say that's an artistic decision. I would say we are in the future now. So please, would you mind awfully not fucking making games that look like I'm still playing them on my fucking Spectrum, right? I remember that. I lived that. It was acceptable in the 80s. It is unacceptable now. You like that? It is unacceptable now to be any sort of game that is not utilising the full power of our gaming opportunities. So for a start, it just looks fucking daft, okay? And the basic plot is so linear. We go from one phase to another phase, to one area to another phase, and we just kill bosses. And that is ultimately super yawn. Have we never, we've progressed further now, basically. And on top of that, it's very, very formulaic. I mean, they say, oh, there's so many options. There's so many options. Well, there's basically 3 options. Is really basically 2 options which you have fucked up in some way. So really, Undertale's a colossal fucking waste of time. It looks bad. It's kind of funny, but I mean, it's kind of funny for 6th form humour, really. Once you get a bit older, it ceases to be that funny. So yeah, fuck Undertale. It's pointless. And once I've finished it, I'll be throwing it in the sea immediately. Yes, 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 yes. Fuck it. Did you get any for you on there that came up?
Yeah, there are 3 suggestions there. One of which I've done before, which was Crash Bandicoot. I've done that one.
I think you've done GTA as well. I could be wrong.
I might have done GTA. Yeah. Just hate on Wales, says H-Balls. Wouldn't be particularly difficult, but if you want me to hate on Wales, I could
I wonder if you've done that.
certainly do so creatively.
Hey, the ZX Spectrum was fucking brilliant. It was.
No argument here.
I have to throw mine away. I remember saying I threw it away, and Magic Mike was like, "You threw away £200 worth of." I'm not. Nobody gives a fuck about that shit. They got emulators. Yes, and what I'm saying is, effectively, if I might, is that back when I had a ZX Spectrum, those were the best graphics we could have. That was great, but now I have a Twitch. I didn't spend £300 on a Switch. I switched Twitch. I didn't spend £300 on a Switch to have the same sort of level of content that I could have when I was 10. Just like, I want things to look like Mario Kart. Alex, imagine Surstromming crisp.
Okay, we've had 3 requests now, so I'm just going to roll with it. Don't fucking get me started on Wales. I mean, it's just so fucking green, isn't it? What an absolute waste of a fucking colour. You go through Wales, you drive into Wales, and all of a sudden everything is just such a deep fucking green, as if they've got the what's the word
saturation
I'm looking for? No, but
well.
that's a good one. That would work as a pun. Like they've got the monopoly on the colour green. That's what I was looking for.
Oh, I see.
And the problem with that is, to get that level of green, it's got to be fucking damp. And let me tell you, Wales is fucking damp. It rains 364 days of the year. It is cold. It is wet. Pretty much every Welsh person looks the same because they have been weathered down by the rain. It's like coastal erosion, but on everyone's faces. They all look downtrodden and wet and damp because that's what they are. They care so much about rugby because it is literally the only sport that they are any good at. They didn't even invent rugby, and they've like tied themselves to rugby because once in a while they might win something rugby related, and they couldn't even do it on their own. They had to rely on the fucking Scottish to do it for them. It's like, you've been relying on your Celtish brothers for many, many years. It's time to do something for your fucking selves, Wales. Let's be honest. Could have done that all by yourselves, but no, had to bring in your Celtic brothers to pull you out of a jam and prevent the French from taking everything away from you. I used to sit in lectures in Cardiff, and they would literally be steaming as they dried off. It's true. I mean, Cardiff is the only bright spot in Wales as a slight, like, getting not started digression. Cardiff is wonderful. Cardiff isn't really Wales, despite being the capital city. I've long maintained that. Cardiff is nothing like the rest of Wales. Lots of happiness in Wales, yeah, but no one ever gets to see it because it's contained within all the caves with the no electricity that they have in Wales. Swansea's a shithole, yes it is. Don't get me started on Wales.
I quite enjoyed Cardiff when we went there.
Cardiff is amazing.
It was raining though. You remember from the umbrella story.
Cardiff isn't the original capital of Wales. No, I suppose that's true. But also, but London is not the original capital of England either. I mean, capitals change. That is not news.
Well hated.
Thanks. I loved Cardiff. Be right back. He's off to Cardiff.
Do you know? I found it very hard to hate on Undertale.
That was difficult.
It was really hard. That was a good one. Good pick, old boy. Really hard.
Yeah, I need to go back to Cardiff. I haven't been in a very long time.
We should go back to Cardiff as one of our many places.
I think that my stag do might have been the last time I was in Cardiff.
Last time I was there. We were talking about going back again though.
Yeah.
Oh, just looking at you.
Don't get me started from Cardiff.
Your ears are quite small. Have you ever considered the size of your ears?
I thought they were quite big.
I think they're quite well, not super small, but like I think your ears are smaller than mine.
Thanks. That is a compliment that I will accept. I live in the original capital of England, or York. Isn't York the original capital of England?
Bristol.
Is Bristol the original capital?
I mean, I presume she's still there. I don't know. Is that right? Is that where it was?
I thought York was the capital.
I'm not too sure. Don't go back to Cardiff. Waste another year. Down and now.
The original capital of Wales was Machynlleth. Yeah.
This tour is expanding. The tour is amazing.
Yeah. We are totally taking Don't Get Me Started on the road.
No, I'd love to.
Because we can do it anywhere. All we need is
yeah.
my fucking laptop and a webcam and an internet connection.
Yep.
It is, it's not high maintenance. Don't Get Me Started.
I did read that Duncan put something I needed to hate on.
Oh yeah.
You want to go up a little? I don't want to hate on it because it's really super hard. Alex got to hate on. Get started on Adam Duritz.
First, you need to explain who that is because that might be a Carmen Rider level of niche.
He's the lead singer of Counting Crows.
Does sound a little Carmen Rider level of niche.
Yes, I think that's quite hard. I don't know that everyone. I mean, I could. I know how I would, but oh man, I love Adam Duritz so much, which is why he picked it. Winchester.
It's just suggesting.
I'm talking in the time of the first ever King of England. Duncan, you're on. Duncan knows all the kings. Duncan's very good.
He does. He learned them, didn't he?
He did learn them for a quiz.
Yeah. Barnoldswick has to be on the tour. I mean, we'll get close. I think you might have to commute outside of the mountains for a little bit just to like. I think Manchester is probably the more realistic part of the world that we would get to near Barnoldswick.
But we're going to go to Disney. We were talking about going to Disneyland. I don't think they'll let us stream from there. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? I mean,
I don't think they can stop us streaming from.
Well, I mean, they couldn't. I mean, I suppose that's true. That is true.
We'll literally just set up in the square with the castle and the Disney castle in the background.
What up?
Put up your tripod. I mean,
we're here.
Basically,
Disneyland Paris.
Wherever we go to do Don't Get Me Started, we've got to take Reese with us because he's got the 5G.
Oh yes, Reese will come in. So. Oh good, yeah. Because we want to do IRL streaming.
Yeah, so you got to have the internet connection for that. So unless you're like doing it from a hotel room, which isn't particularly fascinating.
We're here in a Travelodge in Milton Keynes.
An F1 hotel in the outskirts of Paris.
Right, we've hated on one thing each.
I'll get you in your own pub. All right, you win. We're coming to Barnoldswick. As long as nobody calls it Barlick while I'm there, because that annoys the fuck out of me. Paris, there's free Wi-Fi everywhere. Yeah, in Paris city, but Disneyland Paris isn't actually in Paris. It's in the outskirts. Is there Wi-Fi everywhere in Disneyland? In which case,
I don't want to mess around with Wi-Fi so much, but you have to, I suppose, if you're doing.
If you're on the road, you gotta go for it, and sometimes it'll be, it is what it is. So I was thinking of maybe doing podcasts from Disney next year. Spoilers. Surstromming from Disneyland.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's actually easier for us to get to Paris than it is to get to the north. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Oh, tell me about it. Have you lost a leg, Jez, or is that your new favourite dildo?
I have lost a leg.
Thanks for bringing it up. It's very sensitive.
That is the second amputee reference in so many weeks.
Anyone won the Six Nations in here today who's not Welsh?
I mean, me technically. I'm not Welsh, but I could claim your victory, so go fuck yourself.
The thing is, like, I mean, you know when this sports thing happens, like, I mean, I don't really give a shit about rugby, so it doesn't really affect me, but, I mean, congratulations, obviously.
It's like when pricks come on their own shows and talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the Super Bowl or something.
Oh, man, that's fucking
Those
amazing.
outrageous cunts.
Although nobody cares about that, so I'm hoping that that would be something you can all join in on, which is why I say congratulations, you know. But all that, yeah, oh my God. And good news about Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think they've re-signed the entire team. So
pretty much.
You can put that in your TMW.
As of today, they have re-signed Leonard Fournette.
Yes, they have. Which I think makes 22 members of the original team. But I don't know. If you want to know more about that, I mean, I'm just a layman on this. Perhaps you tune into Two Minute Warning, where they basically have to eat a Wham bar whilst explaining everything about the NFL. It's hard to listen to, but definitely worth a watch. 2 Minute Warning. I was going to say that Wi-Fi is shit in Disneyland, and then my phone died. Perhaps we ought to move on to a different segment, because I think we've hated on two things.
I agree, and I think perhaps we move into what tends to be our closing segment.
Yes.
And you can introduce it because the actual sting is my voice.
Okay, yes. I will do that. So we'll move into the final segment, a one we all enjoy. We've got it ready. A segment we like to call Am I the Arsehole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
A slightly different cadence there. Am I the asshole? Oh, I get it now. I think I've got it. Is this you or me?
This is me.
I'll drink some more.
Okay. Yes, you are. Great timing. Am I the rectum? Okay, so am I the arsehole for refusing to be the family's IT girl anymore? I'm a 30-year-old female, and I've always been the person who fixes all things electronic. To be honest, I have no technical knowledge or whatsoever, and most of my solutions are things I Google. My family is not very tech savvy, so for them I am like that Hackerman meme. I've learned some stuff on the way, but at the end of the day I am still a user level in most things. However, for my family I am the designated IT girl of the bunch. At first I embraced that nickname, although I got urgent calls to answer why there's no internet. Mom, you have to connect to the Wi-Fi network first to have it.
Oh my God.
They happened once in a while. Yes, sometimes these calls were annoying, but I could handle them. Things changed when the pandemic happened. Now my family is staying inside more, so they spend more time on the computer or phones. Now I am getting these IT calls and texts all day. I'm working from home in a new job, where I will be on probation for 3 months before they decide to hire me indefinitely. Or not.
Standard.
As probation's going. That means I have to do my best during this time. Yeah.
Yep.
not afterwards.
No.
Just during.
Once
the
you get
probation.
paid, you're fine.
Right.
But she's setting up to say.
However, my family is so damn inopportune that they always need me when I'm in a meeting. I snapped when my mum called me because she needed help. I got like 10 texts without her saying that she'd needed me because she wanted my IT help. I got nervous and finished my meeting early. Maybe something bad happened to her. I call her and she tells me the neighbour needs help with a virus in her computer. First, since when am I helping strangers? Second, I don't know shit about viruses. That's so out of my league. Mom joked with my dad and sibling about this in our group chat on how the IT girl was kind of moody. Everyone joked how I overreacted and all. Keep in mind, I come from a culture where talking back to elders is not acceptable, so I joked and said that the IT girl is resigning. Everyone laughed, but I decided this was enough. Now every time they call me asking for help, I say, I don't know, or I say, you should Google it. This has been going on for 1 week, and now everyone knows I was serious.
Nice.
My family says I'm overreacting. My big brother says that he understands I am annoyed, but sometimes family annoys you and you just have to deal with it.
No.
My boyfriend says I'm a bit of an arsehole, but sometimes you have to be one. Above all when I'm trying to be the dutiful one. Some friends say I'm the arsehole because some people, above all when they are old, cannot grasp technology like us. excuse. I understand that, but it's not like my grandma and parents are completely unaware on how things work.
Yep.
They have tablets, each one, and smartphones. Also, I've had to explain the same thing over and over. I don't know. Maybe I am the arsehole, because it's such a silly thing. Still, I think this is a boundary I have to set.
Well, chat. What do you think of that? Not the arsehole, they're users. They are users.
Yes, that's the problem. They're users, they are not tech savvy, and they need the help.
This is the thing here, and the older brother is like, well, you've got to think about this. Like, the older brother must also have this level of... We've all got this level of knowledge, right?
Yeah. How to connect to Wi-Fi.
How to connect to Wi-Fi is something that she... Is it a she? I don't know if it was a...
It was a she. It's a 30-year-old she.
Yes. And her brother could basically both do this. So they're all turning to her. But, like, that guy must be living on easy streets. Like, I know all the answers to this as well. But thankfully... So he's like, listen, sis, don't worry. Sometimes it happens like this, you know, the family are like this. I'm sure she's just, I don't see you fucking helping out. You know literally everything that I know about connecting to the internet. And also they're like, she's like, I told them this and they still don't know. So what she's failed to do is set up standard operating procedures that could then be consulted at any time.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't gone into the teaching handbook and made sure that they understand before she leaves them. She's obviously doing too much for them rather than teaching them how to do things.
Yeah, fuck this.
She should go and redo her PGCE in IT.
We had to come up with an FAQ doc to send to other teams, which basically boiled down to, don't email us, it's not us. We'll be snappy with you. And by the way, I mean Michael, because he's the only one who emails you back.
I would love that FAQ. It's like, I can't connect to the internet. What should I do? This is nothing to do with us. Ask someone else.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a virus on my computer. What should I do?
This
has got nothing to do with us. Ask someone else. And every answer is that. That would be fucking amazing.
I mean, this is terrible. I mean, I'm happy to help my family out. The other day, I thought that my dad was ringing me for something serious. And the way he'd come on to me was about WhatsApp. And the way I thought it meant was like, did you want to have a discussion over WhatsApp about this thing that I had thought, oh, he's talking about this thing. So I'd already presumed what he was talking about. What he meant to say was like, can you tell me how to use WhatsApp? And I was like, right. Oh, and he was like, oh, if you have the time, great, let's start. I said, oh, is this not about the thing? And he was like, no. And I went, right, okay, I've got to go. I've got something to do. I would have happily done it if I had the time, but actually I was playing Ticket to Ride with Curly and Curly's mum and blah, 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 and it was a lot of fun. But like, I had a thing to do, so I only rang up because I thought he was like, something serious, and he's like, can you teach me how to use WhatsApp? And I'm like, not now. But like, I don't mind that, but it seems like this woman is getting shit all the time.
Yes.
It'll blow my mind if someone says, right, you use the Wi-Fi, you go into like devices, you click on that, you click on the Wi-Fi and it connects. And if like one day later they said, how do you do it? And you said it again, I'd be fucking like, maybe I'd write it down and standard operating procedure it and leave it like that. But I mean, honestly, this is bullshit. And then they're like, oh, the IT person's quite annoyed. It's like, I've resigned, I'm done, I'm not doing it anymore.
I mean, like, my parents ask me IT questions. And actually, my brother gets the brunt of it now, actually.
Of course he does.
But I will teach them once, and then I'm out. And they know better than to ask me a second time how to do the same thing.
Plus, what is true is that, like, just because these people are mums and dads doesn't mean they're... And there's always been this joke, especially when we had video VHSs.
Oh, Dad doesn't know how to set the VCR.
Doesn't know how to set the VCR.
Don't record anything at 2 a.m. Dad can't set a timer.
He'll just cut it off at the end of it, and you'll get to the end of the American football match, and you won't have the end. Right? Yeah. That whole concept was probably instigated by
lazy motherfuckers who were unwilling to learn.
So then they knew that has started this whole concept. We all have this concept in our heads that anyone older than us is hopeless at fucking tech.
It's bullshit. Everyone is equally capable of grasping this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you think that...
And they will have Apple things. It's all out of the box
fucking
easy.
Injected into children in the 2000s and late 90s? Like, no, they fucking learned in the same way that you can fucking learn.
This is it.
It's not difficult.
And they say, you did computing classes. I said, I worked and practiced when I was at school on an RM Nimbus, right? Nobody uses RM Nimbuses anymore, but somehow I've managed to learn how to use this fucking shit. So that's total bullshit. It's a bit like when people deliberately don't make a good cup of tea, so no one asks them to make tea again, and they're like, oh, I can't make a cup of tea, so you better make it every fucking time. And you're like, well, go fuck yourself, man. Learn to make a cup of tea. By the way, There are like 3 components to the tea. It's the tea bag, the boiling water, and the milk. I mean, fuck me. Honestly, and while I'm on it, how do people not know how to make a cup of tea?
Carrie's can't make a cup of tea.
Can't. What the fuck?
But she doesn't use that as an excuse. She still makes cups of tea, but then, you know, just tells people
they're bad.
It's going to be a shit cup of tea because
but how
I'm
is this
making it.
Like, in your life,
I've tried to diagnose it because I don't drink tea.
Diagnosis
but I
tea.
can make a good cup of tea.
This is what,
and I'm like, I don't understand how you're not doing this right, but
like,
she follows the process and it just doesn't work.
Right, like the right. So the tea bag is a fixed thing. It's always going to be that tea bag. So we don't have to change anything to the tea bag. So we put that in. The water's probably always coming up to the same amount. That's probably a thing. The thing that's probably fucking you over is the milk. So like, I put in too much. What will I do next time? I'll put in less. How is this? Because am I the last angry man? How is this fucking difficult? The length of time the tea bag has to stand? Well, I left it in for literally 2 seconds. Maybe I'll do it. Eventually, a series of trial and error will get you where. How is this a hard thing? Oh my god. Who's with me on this? How hard is it?
Yeah, some fuckers put milk in the cup before removing the tea bag. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
I know that people say
the fermentation process happens while the tea bag is in the water. What you do after a certain point is irrelevant. So you can put the tea bag in, you can put the milk in before.
Now some people put the milk in before.
That is different. Yes. Some people put the milk in before adding the water, which is wrong, which is bad, because the milk molecules, if you will, are bigger than water molecules and they block the tea bag and you can't do the process properly. So don't put the milk in first. But it doesn't matter once you've put water in with the tea bag at what stage you put in the milk.
What I will say,
it is either too early or too late.
When I was growing up, my nan would be like, I put in the milk first and then I put all the other shit in. But that was poured from a tea like that. But I'm like, but how would you know how much tea is white? Sorry. The mug is white, the milk is white. It's slightly harder to judge how deep it is. Surely that's a hiding to fucking nothing. Once you've nailed it, just do the same thing. Fucking hell.
I mean, what I will say is it's probably better practice to put the milk in after you've taken the tea bag out, because once you've taken the tea bag out, there will be less.
Yeah, and that's another issue.
Liquid in
but
the
these
cup.
are still
you don't want
so.
A cup of tea that stops short of the top of the mug or glass or the glass cup.
I put the milk in before taking the bag out, and as always, chatting will confirm I make the best tea. You do make the best tea. I know how you make the best tea as well. I make the tea like you make it, and I make the best tea now. But I also pour the milk in whilst it's in there, and I let the
My point is,
yes,
it's irrelevant. That is not the stage at which you are fucking up the tea. If whether you are taking the tea bag out before you put the milk in or not, it's irrelevant. It doesn't make a difference to the quality of the tea. And this has been my tea ed talk. Thank you for coming.
It's not the best tea unless you're using a teapot. Well, that is saying true. How deep is your mug? Is your mug? How deep is your mug?
Who did this? Who said that? Or did you just come out with that? It was MJ.
MJ. Bag, boiling water, stir, milk, stir mash, bag out, drink. That's how I make it. Oh, well, we did live together for like 7 years. Shall I do my one?
It's a pretty good process. Yes, let me just...
So it's me. I'm a puntslinger. I'm an outlaw. Quick on the draw.
But for posterity, not the arsehole.
Not the arsehole. Clonk, clonk.
Ms. Ice Lady, welcome. You joined us in time for the second Am I the Arsehole?
Yes. Am I the arsehole for refusing to take the neighbour's daughter to school? Oh my god, where's this going? Well, I like this.
It's not going to school, let me tell you.
That's what I don't go to school for. Hey, I like this one because it sets it up quite nicely in the first sentence. Let me elaborate. So my next door neighbour is a single mom with an approximately 7-year daughter. Approximately, fucking doesn't matter. You're in the weeds already. She moved in like a year ago. I don't really know them at all. I know her first name because I introduced myself when she moved, and I'm good with names. We will say hi if we see each other checking the mail or taking out the garbage or whatever. But besides that, we don't interact at all. We're basically strangers. Anyway, earlier today she knocked on my door and asked if I could take her daughter to school. The daughter I had just learned, goes to a charter school that's in person only at the moment, and they have no buses. My neighbour's ex and the daughter's dad usually takes her to and from school, but he had car problems. What a deadbeat. And couldn't. She didn't say that. I said that I would do it, but only if she comes with me, as I don't feel comfortable being responsible for a 7-year-old girl that's basically a stranger to me. Well, my neighbour works from home and was about to start her shift and said she couldn't be late without risking being written up. I replied that I was very sorry, but I just can't take her by myself. She basically begged me, but I held firm and suggested that a 7-year-old missing a day of school is no huge deal. Probably ruined the relationship with her, not that there was really any to begin with, and I also feel a little guilty. I usually have no problems doing favours for people. If I'm at a bar or something, I will give drunk strangers rides. Oh, that sounds fun. If I'm sober myself, otherwise I will take a Lyft, Uber. I'm talking pre-COVID, BT dub. Oh, you. Though I will probably start going out again because I've been vaccinated, and so have the people that I love and see all the time. My grandma and my mum.
Well, that took a digression.
I know. Am I the arsehole here? But like not taking somebody else's kid to school. I mean, what normally is the best bit about this, which hasn't been written in this, is normally some sort of horrible, vitriolic comeback where the person goes, I told her that I didn't feel good.
And the mother immediately took to Facebook and said that I am a massive cunt for not taking my daughter
Where's
to school.
that? Where's that paragraph? It's like, she told me that she thought that being the neighbourly duty would be to take her daughter to school, and that by not doing it, I was a terrible person. And if I'd had kids, I'd realise what it was like to be a mum. But because I didn't have kids, I didn't know. This is what it should say. This would be better. It's like, then she went and told everyone in the neighbourhood, and everyone we meet to, she kind of makes out like a joke, like I wouldn't take it, like, oh my god, don't forget that she didn't take my kid to school. She makes it out like a joke, but it isn't a joke. And she's told everyone, and now everyone is kind of being super weird with me, and it keeps coming up. My brother said it's no big deal. I should just take someone to school. What was the problem? Am I the arsehole? Like, I don't think they wrote it as well as
No,
I just wrote that.
I think we've crossed from actual real life into fiction there. You're right. But here's the thing. I think that the fact that it's a relative stranger is largely irrelevant, because in this guy's situation, even if I knew this family well,
yes,
I would not be giving my 7-year-old neighbour a lift to school on my own.
No.
And it's just an unfortunate consequence of the world that we live in. Accusations can come from absolutely fucking nowhere, and that just takes one little fucking comment or accusation to totally ruin your life. And so no, I would not take a 7-year-old in a car anywhere unless it was my own child.
Yes.
It's never going to happen. If the mother had agreed to go with,
yes,
totally reasonable.
Fine.
And I think that is why he is not the arsehole.
He's not the arsehole.
She should have gone with him.
Yes.
She could have contacted her work and said, look, I've got childcare problems.
I can sort it out, but I'll be in 10 minutes later.
I'll be a bit late.
And they'd be like, I'm fine with that. I don't want to get written up. The fuck is this, high school? Also, don't give drunk strangers lifts. Yeah, that's fucking top tip here. I'm happy when I'm at a bar, which I've driven to, and there's a drunk dude, I'm happy to take him home. I'm like,
I'm perfectly happy to run the risk of getting murderized on my way home.
Don't fucking do that. Without drunk strangers comment, I'd say drunk strangers comment, I'd say not the arsehole. But with it seems a bit of an arsehole. I mean, I don't know why anyone would think that's a good idea. It's like, I'm at a bar and someone's about to... I mean, if someone's about to get in the fucking car, if someone says, I'm going to get behind my car and drive over people, do you kind of like try and... What do you do in that situation?
You kick them in the balls and take their keys.
And call the police. Call the police! What happens if she has a medical emergency? Well, exactly. Very much not the arsehole for refusing to be the person in charge.
Call an ambulance at that point.
With refusing to be in charge of an unfamiliar small person. Yeah, he doesn't know who this person is.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Unfortunately, the world has created a high risk for men to be alone with unknown little children.
Yes, it has.
It has.
It has. Like what you said just then, which is like, accusations can come out of nowhere with no grounding and nothing at all, and you just do not put yourself in that situation. It probably was a point where it never used to be the case.
Because even in a world where it's one person's word against another, somehow we've entered a world where the word of a 7-year-old child will trump the word of an adult.
Yeah.
Without any question.
We're not doing that fucking shit.
So, no, thank you. You got to protect yourself, folks.
You do.
Sorry, guys, I've been lurking, but I have good news. I'll be starting early tonight. Well, if you start in the next 10 minutes, then you'll get a raid.
You'll get a raid.
If you don't,
you won't.
And that's how that goes.
We've been saying things in time a lot tonight. Started with a touchdown.
Tonight, last week.
Yeah, most
past
days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Past 10 years.
It's pretty scary, really.
It is a bit creepy.
Yeah.
And I've been agreeing with Duncan a lot recently as well. I don't know what's happening.
That's a slippery fucking slope.
I really don't know what's happening anymore.
I know.
What is life?
Do you know, Ashley said on my stream yesterday to tell me a funny story about me and you, and I couldn't think of any things we've done which are hilarious. Although
no, I mean there's nothing that's kind of like outrageously like
we
did this thing and it was hilarious.
We put shit in people's garden. Maybe we should go out and do more stuff just so we have stories to tell.
Yeah. We're just kind of low key funny all the time.
Yeah, low key. Yeah. Well, shall we kind of wrap up? Wind down, see if anyone wants to say anything, and then we'll kind of like gradually peace out, talk about some bits and pieces.
Rooster can let us know if he's live or not. We went out and I stole someone's bin. Hey, sounds like an idea.
That does sound like an idea. I would steal. Do you know what I mean? Oh, fucking bins. There was no bin update this week because it was the recycling week, and I have to say outside that was just a fucking horror show because they hadn't taken it the 2 weeks prior. So as a result, there was no room for any fucking cardboard. So the cardboard was just strewn around, and when I got down to go and pick stuff up again, people had out of nowhere, you know those big fucking plastic bags with zips down it that people use, someone had dumped loads of those in our cardboard bin. So the whole thing is a fucking horror show at the moment down there.
We see him as isolated as a moat. That's wicked.
That is wicked.
That's a great emote. That's wonderful.
That is cool. Me and my friend stole a concrete bollard when we were in college. Peace out. That's a good... See, I think we've all done stupid shit. I mean, Jaeger and his friend stole a concrete bollard.
Did you steal a concrete bollard? Isn't it attached to the floor?
I mean, one time, myself and Zippy, who's not in the... But we have had Zippy D, my friend Zippy, in my stream. One time, me and Zippy, when we were up in Stamford North, kicked... You know those signs... Why did we do this? It's a glowing bollard which tells you where to like turn at a junction, and it's got a little blue arrow.
I know what
it's
you mean.
glowing, right? So we went up,
and they're usually on like a little spring thing, like those things at the playground that kids sit on. So you kick it and it just goes.
Only at this time, it wasn't on a spring. It was solidly connected to a bit of concrete on a little traffic island.
Right.
And we noticed, we leant against it because we've been drinking and been wandering around in this place, and we were drunk around our friend's house at night. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we noticed that as we rocked it, it rocked all the concrete underneath it. So, like, ultimately, if it fell over, it would probably tear the concrete out of the ground.
Gotcha.
So we were like, kick, 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 and I'd do a kick, and Zippy would do a kick, and I'd do a kick, and Zippy would do a kick, and then we both did this massive mega kick, and it ripped the whole thing out of the ground and fused all the lights down the street. And it basically ripped out of the ground and went. That went out light. The main light went out, then the next light went out, and it was all super dark. And that is an area where lights are important because the whole purpose of the thing was to show you how to turn and not crash your car. A bit like a land lighthouse. And
I wonder what the statute of limitations is on vandalism in the UK.
Let's hope it's more than 20 years. But that was a lovely untruth I told, and it never happened, and you can't prove it. So, always be fusing. It had been hit by a lorry and dislodged, so I pulled it out and carried it to a play park, as would we all.
I had something like that. My uncle brought a flashing light barricade sawhorse thing home. It had no off switch. Yeah, my dad just found, like, you know those lights that you sometimes put on skips so that people don't crash into them?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, my dad just found one of those randomly and it was still on, and it didn't have an off switch. So it was just on and, like, beaconing orange light.
Love it.
He was like, "Here, you'd like this?" I'm like, "Yes, I would." Now, how do I turn it off so I can sleep?
I saw someone with a clipboard going around looking in our food waste bins today, says Goblin. Man, I'm telling you, this shit's happening. I'll bet the hand was there.
I bet it was the hand with the clipboard.
It's just a single hand with a clipboard.
Man.
My uncle...
You really need to keep a better eye out.
I'm going to watch out.
As paranoid as you are, like,
I'm better
apparently
watch out.
this is a thing. You've got to keep an eye out for the hand and their clipboard.
There you go. My uncle brought me a flashing light barricade sawhorse thing at home. Had no off switch. One, I think there is a kind of little. You're meant to get a little matchstick and shove it in the little indenty bit.
Yeah.
I learned this because we stole a load of them one time.
I was 9. I had no concept of.
By we stole, I mean we didn't at all. The United Kingdom is almost unique in the world in that it has no statute of limitations for any criminal offence tried above magistrate level.
Okay. Well, it was nice knowing you, Alex. Enjoy prison.
Thanks very much. Great. Well, I'm sure they'll do me for that. Basically, yeah.
The Twitch police are here. They're reporting that to our local constabulary as we speak.
Oh well, never mind. I'll blame it. No, I'll blame it on Zippy. I mean, I overstated my involvement in that story just because I wanted to appear cool for all of you. I didn't do anything. It was all Zippy, but I wanted to seem like I was funny.
It was one of the cool kids.
I wouldn't be one of the cool kids, but I didn't touch that thing. It wasn't me. It was Zippy.
Hello, 999. No, sorry, this is 992.
Keris is here. Just near the end. Don't worry, we're about to stop and we're going to raid across. Rooster literally ran and started his stream. Love it. Well, we're really close then. We can really wrap this up. I do love the backdragging.
Absolutely. Yes, I think we are about ready to wrap it up. We went through the schedule earlier, so we don't need to do that again. Tune in tomorrow.
Yes.
For the many, many different things that we've got going on across the network. Research One is live at 7 a.m. GMT.
7 a.m.
For the beginning of his 12-hour stream. In the evening, you've got Always Be Chatting at 7:30 GMT. You've got me at 8:30 GMT. You've got Rooster afterwards at, I think, 10. I can't remember now. But we're going to go see Rooster now. You can just ask him directly.
Yes.
But in the great Don't Get Me Started tradition,
yes,
I would like you to share with me what is the first thing that you are going to say to the officer that is in front of you when you open the door and realise that you're fucked.
The officer, what, for when I actually...
That's coming to arrest you for kicking over the bollard and knocking out the lights in the entire street.
Because I thought for one moment, that it might be a bit of a laugh.